Imagine fighting a war, making sacrifices, accepting risk. In fact, watching soldiers leave their home, watching families live under constant threat of missiles, watching businesses close, watching communities adapt to uncertainty, and then suddenly seeing your closest ally negotiating with the very country you believed threatened your security. That is exactly how many Israelis feel today. Across Israel, criticism is growing louder. Politicians, and that too from different parties, they are fighting. Former military officials, security experts, television commentators, ordinary citizens, many of them, they are asking the same question. Was all of this even worth it? For months, Israeli leaders, they argued that Iran represented one of the biggest threat to the country's security. They defended military operation. They justified the risks. In fact, they told the public that difficult decisions were necessary. They argued that pressure would weaken Iran's influence across the region here. But now many Israelis, they are looking at the U.S Iran agreement and wondering whether those sacrifices achieve their intended goal or not. Here, some believe that the government gives Iran valuable breathing room. Others fear sanction relief could strengthen Tehran economically. Many worry the diplomacy is replacing pressure at exactly the wrong moment. And perhaps the biggest concern is uncertainty. Israeli wants to know what happens next. They want to know whether Iran's behavior, it will actually change. They want to know whether the agreement will make the region safer or simply delay future confrontations. The result is growing frustration. And increasingly, that frustration is being directed at Israel's own leadership. Because as public anger grows, one man finds himself standing directly in the center of the storm. Satellite images, one bloody picture, and suddenly the internet explodes. Did Iran destroy a key American radar system? Was a critical military asset knocked out during retaliatory strike? Or is this simply online speculation? Well, the radar in question plays a major role in air surveillance. It helped detect threat, track the aircraft, provide early warning. If it was damaged, that would be significant. And if it wasn't, the rumor themselves, it start revealing something important. Can you think how modern conflict really works? A few decades ago, military battles, they were fought mainly on land, in air, or maybe at sea. Today, there is another battlefield: information. In fact, images, narrative, and social media. A single satellite photo, it can travel around the globe in a minute. A single claim, it can dominate headlines before governments even have time to verify the facts. And that is exactly what appears to be happening here. Supporters of the claim, they argue that the images reveal serious damage. In fact, skeptics argue that conclusions are being drawn too quickly here. Military experts, they are urging caution. In fact, intelligence analysts, they are looking for more evidence, and ordinary people are left wondering what is true and what is not. Because in today's world, perception can be almost as powerful as reality. Governments do understand this, militaries do understand this, and increasingly the public is learning it too. Whether the radar, it was truly damaged or not, the whole controversy itself, it tells us something important. The Iran and the US conflict, it may be cooling diplomatically, but the information war, that is very much alive. And as long as competing narrative, it continues spreading online, every image, every video, and every rumor, it will be examined through a political lens. But now here are the emotions running higher than in Israel. Because while Washington talks about diplomacy, many Israelis believe that something very different is happening.